We are almost to the end of 2022, and I would like to shout out 4 sports card channels that I really like watching that don't have the largest subscription base, but I would like to try to help out if I possibly can by spreading the word, and also my viewer of the year. So stay tuned to the end for that one. Stick around. Hello to all my sports card collectors, investors, all of my collectibles friends. It's another day, guys. We are back again, another video. If you are new here, you're looking for pretty much daily sports card collectible style videos. Exactly. You have come to the right place. Maybe some average entertainment, above average? No, just average entertainment. We're here for you. Also connect with me on IG at SportsCardDad, and I'm also on the Twitter machine, the SportsCardDad. All right, this is somewhat of a video response. I mentioned this the other day as well. Maybe it was yesterday, but JMac Sports Cards kind of did this where it's like a top 10 sports card channels that he watches explaining why, etc. And I thought that it was a really good idea. But what I wanted to do is not just kind of recognize some of the larger channels or the ones that have been around for a very long time, but really hit on some of the kind of small-ish channels. And I don't mean that in a bad way at all, but really I just feel like these channels could use more subscribers because they're damn good. And they just might not be hitting the algorithm or whatever the case may be. So I want to spread the word for those guys. And so before I get started, shout out to JMac Sports Cards. Definitely check him out as he is kind of the inspiration behind this. I've done videos like this in years past, but it wasn't on my radar until he did the video a few days back, and it was on my radar. So thank you to JMac, and so I'll put a link to his channel in my video description as well. All right, the first one, Mike's Retro Trading Cards. This is Mike, Joe, and EP. I met all 3 of these guys at the National, and the one thing I really like about them is they have got really excellent chemistry when they're doing their podcast, when they're doing their YouTube show. They do a weekly show. It's kind of like Impractical Jokers. It's like the lifelong friends that are just into cards. I'm a goofy guy, kind of lighthearted. I don't take this stuff mega seriously, so I like to watch shows where there's that chemistry, where they've got the humor kicking, and I like it. So these guys, not only do they have that chemistry, but they also are all into different types of card collecting. Joe's a big Tom Brady guy. Mike's got his stuff. EP, just opens packs to open packs. They've all got kind of their own thing that they're doing, and they tackle hobby topics. So they kind of do kind of the newsy type stuff on the weekly show. And then they also have a short print show that I think they might do 2 or 3 times a week, couple times a week as well. And again, they're tackling different topics, and they have just really smart takes. So funny, smart takes. It's just all good, all in one. So definitely check these guys out, because we do see quite a few podcasts out there where there's good information, maybe educational type stuff, but there's just not a lot of educational entertainment type thing. And so this is where these guys really excel. So check out Mike's Retro Trading Cards. Number 2, Jason at Cards and Comics. I've had Jason on my channel for a live stream. We did about an hour and a half one time. I'll definitely have him back on again. I really like him. He's a long-term collector, but one thing I like about him is very self-aware guy, but gets creative with the topics. A lot of times with hobby content, I watch quite a bit of hobby content over the last 3 years, and a lot of it is kind of the same stuff kind of dialed in. So I really like when somebody comes up with just kind of different types of topics to tackle and not afraid to really dive in, even if it's something that might not be, popular type topic with the algorithm or whatever. They'll talk about all sorts of different things. Jason is one of those guys. So he tackles it on the content side, whether we're talking about card content, or he'll also be tackling different parts of the hobby that he likes or dislikes and looks at a few different angles of it. It's not just a hard stance one way or the other. So Jason, one of those guys that's been there and done that. He's been around doing it for a long time, was grading cards back when grading started. So he can offer a very good long-term perspective. So definitely check out Cards and Comics. 3, Iconic Baseball. And this is Iconic Al. I met him at the National. He came up and introduced himself to me, and I thought this was really interesting. He had like a business card that had a QR code to his channel, and he was just kind of starting it out. And it was really, really good. I was just impressed by kind of his presentation and everything. And you can just see the passion. You can hear it. You know, a lot of folks too, just creating content just to create content, just to create content. But Al really loves vintage baseball in general and baseball cards, but the history of baseball. He's doing a top 100 on his channel. He's done some kind of guest content for me because I am not the baseball guy. And so he came in and kind of did a few pieces for me that were really interesting. And he'll probably continue to do that in the future. But definitely check out Iconic Baseball for definitely vintage baseball card content, but he also talks about modern as well. So really just centered around baseball, but really a wealth of knowledge there. Good dude. And then last but certainly not least, a newish channel, Simon466 Cards. Actually first saw his stuff on IG and I was using it for some of my content and I would reference him to say, I'm like, man, he has some really good takes here. And then he recently started a channel maybe about a month ago on YouTube. And again, just tackles kind of unique types of topics within the hobby, but then also does some really good research to back it up and what he's talking about. So again, if you're looking for kind of that something a little bit deeper, not just surface level stuff, this guy really kind of brings it. And so definitely check out his channel as well. He's just getting started, Simon466 Cards. All right, guys, I hope that everyone has a great day ahead. If there are channels that maybe are not some of the mega channels, the bigger channels that you would like to shout out in the comments below, I would like that. I always like learning about new channels and also just channels that you're getting something from. Make sure to throw it in the comments so we can find them. And we're at the end. So who is the viewer of the year? Michael Golden. This one was tough because, man, we've got some amazing viewers of the channel. But the one thing that I noticed about Mike is he's watching a lot of different hobby content, providing support for a variety of channels. I see him in the comment section all over the place. Michael Golden is the guy that's always reaching out to me with great ideas, whether it be content-wise or just saying, hey, man, great job today, or whatever the case may be. He's literally always there, and I really appreciate him over the last, 12, 18 months. He's just been awesome. So, Mike, thanks very much. It was great meeting you at the National. Hope to see you again in Chicago next year. And this is kind of what it's all about. You know, there's a lot of people that say, you know what? Your content sucks. And so it's nice when you've got someone that's like, hey, man, you just keep doing your thing. You're doing good. So anyways, thanks, Michael. Hope that you have a great day, man. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.